Welcome back, friends, to Surviving the Daily. I hope everyone is surviving well. So it's that time again. It's time to take a look at yet another Viperade VE product. And if you're not familiar with my other videos, I've taken upon myself to compare every single one of the Viperade VE products that I can get my hands on. It is a daunting task because the VE product line is vast and quite large, and actually, that's redundant, isn't it? Regardless, it is a vast product line, and it's kind of confusing at times, especially when you're taking a look at Amazon versus the website from one product to another. It's quite confusing, and that's why we're here. We're gonna try to clarify a lot of the issues that I had when I first started buying Viperade products. So today we are going to go over the VE13, but before we do, I'd like to mention that I started this video series going over the Viperade VE1, and I'm using that as a control subject as well as the items that are inside of it. So we have the Sharpie S Shell pen, the Olay i5R, as well as the Ontario knife rat number 2, a field book, and a pair of Knipex pliers in the back here. So we're going to obviously not fit those in here, but we'll be able to fit some of those items in here. So let's get into the VE13. As always, or almost always, this is made out of a high quality fabric, and this time it is a 1000D, and actually that is a Oxford polyester, and it is a polyester, so let's not confuse it with anything else. Now, speaking of confusing, the website did say that it is a cam zipper, and if you're not familiar with cam zippers, it's China's version of the YKK. But actually, I don't know if you can see that here, but it is, to those purists that are out there, this is actually a YKK zipper. So again, this is why we're doing the videos. There is quite a bit of confusion between the products as well. You know, if you take a look at the website, and sometimes the descriptions don't quite match the product, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a little confusing. So it does, use your words. Jeez, my God, it's been a long day. I apologize. So it is coming with reinforced sewing and binding tape. We'll see if we can take a look at the binding tape on the inside, if there is some, or is this binding tape? I'm not quite sure, but you do have a keychain loop here. You could put a D-ring or carabiner there. I'd probably prefer a carabiner. And we do have a Velcro or hook and loop panel here. We also have the Viperade logo and tag. So now there is quite a bit of confusion on my part, and you'll understand why, but there are two versions of this on the website, but it only gives the measurements for one version, and it doesn't say which version that is. It says there's a small version and there's a medium version. It says the small version cannot fit any cards. This looks like it would fit cards, right? But if we turn this over, you can put a card in, but it won't actually go all the way in because of the placement of the zipper. And a little side note here, this is probably my biggest gripe with Viperade products, and probably my only, maybe my only gripe is the placement of the zippers. And it's not just Viperade, a lot of the EDC pouches in this style, they do this, and I don't understand why. They put the zipper here, so you're losing all this space. You know, you could have put the zipper here, you could have put the zipper here, and you could have gained all that space, but you know, you could have had an EDC pouch that turned into a great wallet, but nope, you can't, because you can't fit cards in here. Of course, you could put change and cash in here, but it's becoming more and more of a cashless society, and that's a story for a different time. I digress. But you know, again, here we have the VE1, and it has a zipper that's practically, in my opinion, in the middle of the pouch. The zipper should have gone here, or should have gone here. Now, there are a couple pouches that have fixed that, and I prefer over the VE1. But we're not going over the VE1 today. We're going over the VE13, which again has that issue. It has the zipper practically in the middle of the pouch. But I think we're over my griping now. Let's move on. So you do have your MOLLE strap here, as well as 2 pockets and your larger pocket here. So before we go into anything else, we're going to go over the measurements. Whether it's the small or the medium, I'm not quite sure, but the measurements are 3.8 inches high versus with 3 inches wide and 0.4 inches thick. And that's going to be 9.6 centimeters high by 7.8 inches, 7.8 centimeters wide and 1 centimeter thick. And it's coming in at 0.98 ounces or 28 grams. Now, you can get this in several colorways: black, blue, black camo, red, orange, green, and purple. But you can't get the purple on Amazon. You can only get the purple on the website. So let's start shoving things in here and see what we can fit. So obviously we can't fit the credit card. That's a fail. And we're not going to obviously be able to fit the field book, nor are we going to be able to fit the pen. But we're going to take the I5R and the Ontario rat number 2 and shove them in here. And the rat number 2 fits just perfectly, as well as the I5R. Now, what can we fit in the back here? Band-aids, maybe some cash, like I said, some coins, some medicine. There are a lot of options you could fit back here. You make this an EDC pouch and not a wallet, just for size reference, because I don't have anything really on my table that, no, maybe we do. We could fit a Zippo lighter. This is actually a knockoff Zippo. But we can fit a Zippo size lighter in there, as well as a AA. So maybe you don't have a rechargeable flashlight. You have a single-use battery flashlight. You could store an extra battery in there. So those 4 items really packed it out. But you know, it's a nice little pouch, nice little EDC pouch, and it could have been a little bit better, but you know, it's pretty nice. I like it. And anyways, so that is the Viperade VE13, and let me know down in the comments, what would you use this for? What would you like to see different about this, and what do you like most about this? So, as always, I appreciate everyone watching. I hope everyone's having a great day, and I'll see you next time. Carry on.